Hi, I'd like to briefly discuss literal versus non-literal interpretations of the Torah. More specifically, is it more productive to approach the Bible as supremely incomparable literature, some combination of Shakespeare, Dostoevsky, and T.S. Eliot on steroids, or as a historically accurate account of the Jewish people from the dawn of creation until their impending conquest of Canaan? I believe the former approach yields a more meaningful and coherent understanding of God's message for three reasons. First, it doesn't require us to accept obviously dubious factual assertions such as the age of the earth is less than 6,000 years. There really were an Adam and Eve frolicking in the Garden of Eden before the snake came along, and that God dictated the Torah word for word to Moses on Mount Sinai. Instead, we can bring to bear the tools of allegory, metaphor, and symbolism, and I think extract a deeper and more profound meaning from the Torah. Second, I believe a literary interpretation does better at resolving the many contradictions found in the Pentateuch. For instance, chapters 1 and 2 of Genesis provide starkly different accounts of the creation. And another example, the account of God giving the Torah to Moses and the Jewish people is much different in the book of Exodus than it is in the book of Deuteronomy. A historian can't get away with saying that the Battle of Gettysburg took place in 1863 or 1865. It's one or the other. However, deliberate contradiction is often used in literature to prod the reader to figure out the truth for themselves, or to make the point that, at least as far as human beings are concerned, the truth is always subjective. Third, I think a literary approach does better in terms of reconciling God's often immoral commandments with our current moral knowledge. For example, there is a commandment in the Torah for genocide against the Amalekites, not just in that generation, but in every generation down through the ages, including women and children. It's very difficult to reconcile this commandment with our modern moral knowledge. However, a literary analysis can view this commandment as a warning that evil is an inherent part of human nature and that we must always be on guard against it and fight it. If you're interested in more on this and related topics, please check out my book, Come Now, Let Us Reason Together. Thank you.